Dear people of God, the greatest part of our faith, the greatest mystery of our faith is by the fact that Christ died and Christ is risen. Mae midhiero maduong'ie moloyo kuom yie mawantiego. Ngeche ni Nyasaye opong' kod honni mage gi midhiero mage mang'eny modhiero wang' dhano kotudre gi wach yie marwa. In our liturgy, we profess this every time, the mystery of faith, and we say, Christ died, Christ is risen, Christ will come again. I want you to notice that the second part of that mystery of our faith is not put in the past tense. We don't say Christ is risen. We don't say that Christ died, Christ rose. But we say he is risen. Why? Because every time we celebrate the Eucharist here, it brings it to the present what happened, especially the fact that he is risen. So we are called upon as a people of God to continue announcing the present reality of the resurrection of Christ. Kinde ka kinde kawalando midhiech tho kod chier mar Ruodhwa Jesus Kristus, wawacho ni Kristus notho, Kristus osechier. Ok ni Kristus nochier. Sometimes bang' kinde mang'eny dhowa osiko nyalo wacho ni Kristus notho, Kristus nochier. But it is always the present tense. Kristus notho, Kristus osechier. Statement ainano iwacho gi joma nyomondo gi Petro gini, gi Maria Magdalena gini, e bur kogwen, to yudo ka kidi oseng'iel oko. And gidok giwacho ne jo otene ni Ruoth osechier. It has always to be in the present, not in the past. Magi e weche madongo mag ndalo madhi nyime kata mana gi sani. And Paul e barupe nowachonwa ni kinde ka kinde ma wachamo makate ni kendo wamadho kikombe ni, gima duong' mwatimo en lando tho gi chier mar Kristus nyaka chopi oduogi. And our job is cut out. That every time we partake of the bread and every time you partake of the chalice of his blood, we are proclaiming the death of our Savior. And we are going to do this until he comes. Nyaka chopi chieng' noduogi. If he comes today, we will stop. If he comes tomorrow, we will stop. But for as long as he has not come back, we want to tell the world, we want to proclaim to the world about his death and his resurrection. That is what our liturgy does. Now, the second part of my reflection is, for the people who saw these things, the apostles who were the earliest witnesses of these realities, it took them time, and we shall see in the course of these 8 days, or Octave, as we call it, of Easter, they are slow learning until they reach the affirmation that actually we saw him die. He died. Notice that is put in the past tense. Christ died. When did we see that? We saw that on Good Friday. He was buried. And he is risen. But they will add another, the third part. He will come again. That is now after the ascension. So we are sure he died. There is no other interpretation. Onge yo moro kendo ma ng'ato nyalo wacho ni nodonjo mana e koma moro matin kanyo mar ndalo moko adek. You can't change history. It is a fact. He died. We are sure of that. Chier mare ni bende, it took them time, first of all, to understand. Ang'o manyo Maria Magdalena nyowacho nyoro. Gidhi ir joote to ginyiso ni yande gisegolo ringre Ruoth to akia kama gikete, because still they had not yet come to understand the scriptures that was talking about his resurrection. So our faith, we grow in our faith. It is a gradual growth. For you to reach this level of your faith, it is a process. You go through catechesis, ipuonji, iye, mana kaka muofu moro mane wane ka Kristus ne chango cha. Ochange mokwongo tipenje ni to bende neno, ang'o mineno? Owacho ni aneno ji ka wuotho to pod gichalo na kaka yien. It was a process. It was until again after Jesus had to touch his eyes that he was now able to see clearly. We grow in our faith. So negineno chir tho mare, kata ne jomoko ne temo loko that part, gin ne gin gadiera gi gima ne gineno. Chir mare bende manyo gineno nyoro, wawinjo e evanjili makawuono. Jomoko temo loko history. One of the biggest mistakes of our times is to rewrite history and rewrite it with dishonesty. This is what these people are trying to do. What did they do? They paid some money to the soldiers. And what did they tell them? Say, when they had assembled with the elders and taken counsel, they gave a sum of money to the soldiers and said, tell people his disciples came by night and stole him away while we were asleep. Is that true? No. But why are you paying people to tell the wrong thing? Why are people being paid to say the wrong thing? We witness this. Even seche mangato keso mako. There are people much will pesa mondo mio dioriambi, dio chunga as a witness, but with a false witness. This still continues, sadly, to date. We, as the people who have witnessed the resurrection, we want to stand firm with the truth that we have been taught. Adira mose puonjwa, and wawache lembo kaka jokristo ma jo-Catholic, Nyasacha, ayichuth, adiri duto ma ecclesia ma Catholic puonjwa. The opposite of adira anango? Miriam. I affirm all the truth that the Catholic Church teaches. So whoever wants to rewrite any history, which are some of these truths that we have been taught, one of them is Christ died, Christ is risen, Christ will come again. That is a fact. That is a truth. Which is the other truth that we have been, there are many. The other truth that we have been taught, and nobody can rewrite this history. The truth about the Eucharist. Onge ng'ama nyalo chako loko mano. Magi adira madongo mosepuonjwa ni otieno manondhoge. Kristus ka nobet gi jowetene, nokawo makati, nogwedho, mong'ingo momiyo jolupne, momiyogi kawacho ni, kauru ma mondo ucham, ma en ringra, ok noluonge koro ni makati. The same thing with the divine. Omiyo ka wachamo ringre ruodhwa kendo wamadho rembe, adira mosepuonjwa kaka jokristo ma jo-Catholic, and nobody is going to rewrite this. Ni e komunio matakatifu wanwango Jesus Christus owuon. Nobody can rewrite that. That in Holy Communion we receive Jesus Christ in his divinity, in his totality, body and soul. En nogo manosandre kino nothono musalaba. Wanwango Jesus Christus owuon gi ringre gi rembe gi chunye gi Nyasache. Omiyo joma temo loko this history, it pains indeed. Ija Kristus moja Catholic, either mawinjo through Radio Maria, or makoro bet ka misa mtakatifu ni. Adira no puonji e catechism, ni wacho ni ayie. What happened? Who changed the story that you no longer believe? Who changed the story from gik mano puonji about a Christian ma Catholic? Mademi, iweyo kanisa ma Catholic, tiwuok oko, then ichaki discover another truth. Igolo kure. Ngamochulo pesa mondo mi upuonji mopogre gi mane Ecclesia ma Catholic osepuonji ni. Ayicho thedire duto ma Ecclesia ma Catholic puonjowa. Ini wuone mani elo nwagi, ing'ama ok nyal rwenyo kendo ok nyal wuondowa. Atukuze Baba na Mwana na Roho Mtakatifu.